I'm Laura Harvey. I'm Head of Creative Programmes here at English National Ballet, and Ideas Incubator is one of the programmes that I manage.
Hello, my name is Rhys McMahon. I'm the Executive Director of Chisenhale Dance Space, which is an artist-led studio in East London.
Ideas Incubator is part of Shared Ground, which is English National Ballet's artist support scheme. And I think there's a real need for artist support, particularly in our community in East London.
The collaboration of Ideas Incubator is so vital for us at Chisenhale. We're an artist community of about 230 artists. So many of those artists are early career, they're marginalised, they come from backgrounds that really development opportunities are really rare for, and the idea of partnering with ENB was there's resource and space here and there's artists here, and how do we bring those two things together, share the values that we both have as organisations when it comes to wanting to invest in artists.
The premise around Ideas Incubator is giving space and time to creatives. We invite choreographers to apply for a 3-day residency and dance artists to apply as part of that. We sort of look at potential mentors depending on what the theme of the Ideas Incubator is. So this round we've been looking at inclusive and integrated practice and a disability-led practice. There's lots of barriers for our independent workforce, but actually if you're living daily with a disability, that's been quite stark actually. And I think they're things we know, but actually hosting it here and hearing from artists, it enables us to know that this is something that is really purposeful and that we need to keep and developing, because all artists deserve that voice. The other two that we've had so far have been around music, working with a composer, and our first one was around scaling up, so working with more bodies in the space. And I think each one has brought something quite different, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think also each one has been developed in response to artists. Thinking about in the independent dance sector, what is it that artists really need? The Ideas Incubator is really invaluable because sometimes it just requires that supportive person in the room to really unlock some thinking.
A lot of the artists are out working on their own, doing funding applications that are being turned down because there's lots of competition. They're not necessarily getting paid for what they do. So that's something that's quite important, I think, in this space. Every artist who comes here is paid for the time that they're here with us. So everyone feels very comfortable when they come here.
One of my favourite things about this programme is that it brings choreographers and dance artists and mentors together that maybe have never worked with each other before, but really quickly they build this trust to be able to learn from each other. It's so rare to be in learning spaces where hierarchy is really minimal and actually it's a collective endeavour. It's not about me as choreographer, you as mentor, it's about us as artists. And that's absolutely something we look at as well when we're putting the groups together, thinking about what do people have to offer to this space, but also what can people take from this space.
We prioritise artists who reside or work in East London, with us as both as organisations being based in East London. We don't specify a dance style that they need to work in, so we can have dance artists and choreographers working across lots of different genres, which makes for something quite exciting. A lot of artists have said how much it's moved their practice forward.
Chisenhale is a really small grassroots DIY space. ENB is, one of the most significant dance companies in the UK. We are based in the same location, working together. What we also realised is that really at the heart of what we both do is about supporting artists and developing practice.
For us at ENB, we're on an island, but we're not an island. We don't want to do all of this on our own. Working with Chisenhale has given us access to these artists, as you said, that wouldn't normally come to us. And what's evolving out of this is kind of an artist community that's building now between us. Artists have come, they've worked, with us, either had more rehearsal time, they've talked to us about how their work's developing, they've gone on to kind of, use this as a springboard to create work in other places as well.
I'm just excited to keep building on what we've done, the next iteration and the iteration after that. We'll just keep building on the iteration before, but we'll also always ensure that it is relevant and useful to artists. I think certainly if a programme isn't relevant and useful to artists, why are we doing it? But I think Ideas Incubator is absolutely something that the benefits from it are so clear.
It is the artists who make Ideas Incubator what it is.